If your Q1 plan is just to make more money, we need to talk. Let's get those finances in order before you hit the ground running. If you don't know what went right or wrong last year, you're already starting behind. Start by reflecting on what worked and what didn't. Look at your financials from a trending perspective. That is, look at 1 month compared to another month, or 1 month compared to multiple months. Look at 1 year compared to another year, 1 year compared to multiple years. This will start to show you trends in your financial information. What this information gives you is actually knowledge of what you're doing, what your activities are producing in your financial statements. And when you see that through trends, you can actually change and do it better, and change and stop doing things that aren't working. And while you're comparing, you can actually compare actual financials to your predicted financials. And those are your budget. So when you create a budget, you're predicting what you think will happen. It's really wise to compare what you thought you were going to do to the actual of what you are doing. That also teaches you insights about what's working and what's not working. And what we do with all that financial information is we summarize the financials for the entrepreneurs we work with. They do better looking at bite-sized financial information rather than a bunch of details. Stop complaining about your revenue if you're not doing this. Some service businesses actually do cost plus pricing. They take their costs, like their team's salary, and they add a percentage on top of it, cost plus pricing. This is actually arbitrary. There's no value-based component. That is, what will the client pay? It's all about you, and it's not a strategic form of pricing. And then there's market-based pricing, where instead of looking at your internal cost plus a percentage, you're looking at the market. You're trying to figure out what will the market pay for this valuable service. This takes spending time with your client and really finding out what they need and pricing them according to their desires. And then there's billing. This is time and materials, or billing by the hour. This is kind of like costing, is where you're taking your team's time and you're just charging out how much time they have on an account. While billing can go up and down based upon the number of hours being put into a contract, pricing retainers with a fixed price is the same price every single month. If one of those models isn't working, billing, pricing, then it may be time to cut it loose. Make sure you put your energy and focus on things that bring the most value. Now let's look ahead. A plan without clear goals is just wishful thinking. So let's discuss what general growth percentages we would want to see for a service-based organization. The top line, we want to see about 20 to 25% growth year over year. This is a healthy top line growth for a service organization, and it leads us to think about the next important thing, which is the growth of your profit margins. Just because your top line grows doesn't mean your profit may grow, but you want to make sure your profit is always growing as well. So as we're looking at profit margins, you want to make sure you're looking at your company's profit margins before you look at your client's profit margins. A lot of service organizations want to look at their client's profitability, but what they need to do is look at their own profitability from the perspective of the whole company. And think about the number of clients you need to take in per year to support your growth. For some agencies, it may be 8 to 10 clients per year. Other design and consultancies, it may be 20 to 30 clients per year. It totally depends on what kind of business you're building and how you're trying to grow. And don't forget, streamline your processes to save money in your company, because what you're trying to do is be efficient. And in service-based organizations, being efficient always means you'll be more profitable. Focus on small, achievable wins. This isn't about overloading your to-do list. It's about creating momentum that lasts. Here's a few questions you may want to ask yourself to identify some pain points. Are there any new potential markets you need to move into that have untapped profit? Are there any new leadership rhythms you need to implement that'll draw your team closer together and create a culture of accountability? Are my project and account management departments operating effectively and with the right authority to lead the team? These questions may help you find insight to where your business is struggling.